presentation on subject-verb agreement. Subject-verb agreement, this is lesson 5. Subject-verb agreement, lesson 5. Key principles. So we are looking at the key principles, what you have to understand, very important in grammar. Very important, what you have to understand in using your subject vis-a-vis the verb. If you don't use that correctly, your grammar will be wrong. So let's look at rule M. Rule M. Sometimes the pronoun who, that, or which is the subject of a verb in the middle of a sentence. Sometimes you may use the pronoun who, or the pronoun that, or the pronoun which as a subject of the verb in the middle of the sentence. So in that case, the nouns, that is these pronouns, who, that, and which, become singular or plural according to the noun directly in front of them. According to the noun directly in front of them. So, if that noun that is directly in front of any of these who, that, and which is singular, then you use singular verb. But if it is plural, use a plural verb. Use a plural verb. Let's see that again. I say, sometimes the pronoun who, that, or which is the subject of a verb in the middle of the sentence. Then the pronouns who, that, and which become singular or plural according to the noun directly in front of them. So if the noun is singular, use a singular verb. But if the noun is plural, use a plural verb. Let's look at some examples. Alonso is the journalist. Now, Alonso is the journalist who. Now you find out that this word, this subject, journalist, now with the who, this subject is a singular subject, is single. And so, even though you have who, you are going to put a singular verb there. Journalist who writes the report. Alonso is the journalist who writes. This is a singular verb to match with the journalist who. Journalist who writes. So this who is directly in front of the journalist, which is a singular subject. And so what we follow, the verb that we follow, it will be singular verb, writes. So Alonso is the journalist who writes the report. So you see, the word in front of who is journalist, which is singular. Therefore, use singular verb. Now let's go to the second example. Okoro is one of the men who, what are you going to put there as the verb? Do the cleaning. One of the men who do the cleaning. So, the word in front of who is men, which is plural. Therefore, use a plural verb. Do you understand that? Yes, that's rule N. Let's go to rule N. Collective nouns, such as team, staff, may be either singular or plural depending on their use in the sentence. Depending on their use in the sentence. Collective nouns, such as team, staff, may be either singular or plural depending on their use in the sentence. Depending on their use in the sentence. Let's look at some examples. The staff is in a meeting. Here the staff is acting as a unit. That is why I say is. The staff is acting as a unit. Therefore, you have a singular verb there. You have a singular verb. Now, if you look at the next sentence, the staff are in disagreement about the fact the staff are in disagreement about the findings. Here you see the staff acting as separate individuals. So that's why you say the staff there are acting as separate. The staff there is acting as separate individuals. Okay, the word staff is acting as separate individuals. In this example, in the example here. Therefore, the sentence would even be better. The sentence would even be better as the staff members are in this. If you want to put it better and in clearer terms to avoid confusion, you will say the staff members are in agreement about the findings. So we better put it like that but the staff are in agreement, means the individuals making up the staff. So here we say the staff are in disagreement about the findings, or better still, the staff members are in disagreement about that meeting. So you can use this word as a unit, you can use it as individuals representing that. So in whichever case, that will depend on how you use the verb. So we say collective nouns such as staff or team may be either singular or plural, depending on their use in the sentence. Depending on their use in the sentence. So let's go to that again. We say rule M. Sometimes the pronoun who, that or which, is the subject of a verb in the middle of the sentence. If that is the case, the pronouns who, that, and which become singular or plural according to the noun directly in front of it. According to the noun directly in front of it. This is who, directly in front of the who, the pronoun who is journalist, which is singular. And so it should be followed by a singular verb. But if you find out that the subject in front of who is plural subject, then you have to follow it with a plural verb too. That's why you say men who do, men who do. Despite the fact that I said Okoro is one of the men, but you say who do. Alonso is the journalist, singular, who writes. We got to the next one. So the word in front of the who is journalist. So you follow it with a singular verb. Therefore, use singular verb. Okay? The last one. Collective nouns such as team and staff may either be singular or plural, depending on their use, depending on how you use it. If I say the staff is in a meeting, I'm using the staff as a unit, as a one collective unit. But if I say the staff are in disagreement, I'm using staff to represent individuals in that. So I can better say the staff members are in disagreement about the findings. So if you like our video, share, subscribe, and give us a thumbs up. Share, subscribe, and give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to support our community-based adult literacy program.